In the midst of instructing students academically, teachers are faced with an additional challenge, teaching us abilities that will carry us through the ups and downs of life. For me, there is one teacher who has taught me more life skills than I can count. He taught me to have empathy, often asking his students about our days and recognizing the workload we had from our other classes. From him, I learned that putting ourselves in other people's shoes is invaluable when building relationships, allowing us to help each other through the tough times. He taught me to have confidence, especially when making a mistake, because it is impossible to improve at something if we don't know what we are doing wrong. From him, I learned that even when thousands of people are watching, it is our own verdict that counts most in the end. He taught me to serve others, putting in countless hours of work outside of school that took him away from his family, but helped his students be successful. Spending every Saturday with 200 high school students can definitely be a hassle at times. From him, I learned that personal sacrifices are necessary to lift others up. He taught me to be a positive leader by encouraging others and holding ourselves to a higher standard. When we strive to be better than we are, everything around us becomes better too. From him, I learned that leadership is influence. He taught me to work hard because success rarely comes easily. Putting in time and effort is always worth it when it enables us to achieve a goal. From him, I learned the value of challenging ourselves to always give 10% more. He taught me to have fun, often finding time in class to share a goofy anecdote, such as how he forgot to pack his pants for a concert after warning his students against that very thing. From him, I learned that laughter is an important break from the constant demands of our lives. Above all, he taught me to live in the moment. We can never be entirely sure of the amount of time we have left in a certain phase of our lives or with a certain group of people, so it is important to make the most of every second. From him, I learned that 4 years is not as long as it seems when we enter high school as freshmen. Few teachers can boast having the same student in class for all 8 semesters of high school, an opportunity I know this teacher does not take for granted. I do not take it for granted either. As I have traversed the ups and downs that are characteristic of the high school experience, one thing has stayed constant: music, which I have grown to love ever increasingly each year I've been part of the Carol Band program. I cannot thank Mr. Assel enough for his dedication to his students. He made it possible for me to grow into a mature musician who is proud of her accomplishments, but more importantly, he has set me up for success in all aspects of my life. Thank you, Mr. Assel, for teaching me to live out the belief that anything is possible when you put your heart in it.
As a very introverted person walking into your classroom on my first day of high school,